Now, I had to get that sip in. Pull up a chair, episode 67. You know what this means. We are live, and it is a blessed, wonderful, beautiful, already dark, sleepless Saturday. And thank you, wifey, for joining us. My beautiful wife, pulling up a chair once again, becoming a reoccurring member of the show. We hope to keep you for as long as we can have you. So thank you for being pulling up a chair with us. And thank you, everybody, for being tuned in, whether that be now or afterwards. Pull up a chair, episode 67. Before we dive right into it, I already introduced you to my beautiful wife, if you don't know her already. And if you don't know this ugly mug, which I think most of you do by now, but I love saying it, it is the creme de la creme, the one that they do, in fact, call him Mr. El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Stony Montana, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore the Lyrical Wizard, a.k.a. Edward Swisherhands, a.k.a. the Young Tony Clifton, a.k.a. Ten Toes Tucker. Call me what you will, just never call me broke or sad. It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the hate low, baby. Thank you for being tuned in on this blessed, wonderful Sleepless Saturday. Let's just kick it right off. How was your week?
Pretty decent week, I guess. Friday was the 6-year anniversary of my brother's passing. Men's Mental Health Matters. Here we go. We got to do it for Dustin one time.
Oh, I'm glad that you had that up. That's perfect.
But other than that, it was a great week. And even on that day, it was a pretty peaceful day. So that's all I have to say on that.
Well, as far as my week went, day job definitely kept me under wraps for a little bit longer than I had expected, but that's all right. Securing bags and bumping gems, you know how we do it. But to kick it off, to end last weekend, I do believe I mentioned on the pod that right after we got off, I was like, I'm seeing Godzilla Minus One. Well, what I did not expect when heading into Godzilla Minus One is that I didn't know a free ticket could go wrong. That's what I wasn't aware of. That was mistake number one. And then number two, I didn't know, I won't say his name for pod reasons, but my buddy of mine that I've known since high school, that shall not be named, as you know, I've been around him. Well, you know, he never really, let me just say, he wasn't Mr. Cool, all right, in high school. I always thought he was dope, always had a blast talking movies, whatever with him, but I never thought I would ever see an aggressive side to him, because I mean, I hate to say it, but you know, sometimes he got a little picked on and he would never raise his voice. He wasn't that type of guy. He was very mild, very timid. Well, 10 years later, I saw a different side of this man. He tells me, so long story short, we've been trying to see a movie for a while. He's been really trying to see a movie for a while. And the stars finally aligned. I really wanted to see this new Godzilla. Heard it was something special. Really had to go out and see it. So I thought, all right, perfect timing. Sunday night. Awesome. Tells me, oh, hey, man, I got a free ticket. I'm thinking, okay, even better. Awesome. He's got a free ticket. What I didn't realize is how what's the word I'm looking for here? How just absolutely he will not ever take no for an answer when it comes to a free ticket if there's a complication with it. So we get in there. It's at Regal Cinema. They have it now where it's all fancy. You scan your thing. You scan your QR on the little kiosk thing. And it's supposed to just scan you right in. Well, he's got 3 accounts on his phone. He uses his loyalty membership, which gets you, for those that don't know, you can walk in there all day long, every single day of that whole month. And as long as you paid that one-time fee, you get to see any movie you want, anytime you want. Well, he uses his, no problem. Goes to use the other one, some ain't working. It ain't working on the kiosk. They're not, the thing ain't having it, whatever. I've already thrown out there, I'm not a brokey. I can gladly pay for the ticket. No, don't worry, man. I said, I got you. Let me just go right up to the counter. We can get this sorted out. No problem. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go get it sorted out. He comes here all the time. Probably knows the guy. I'm sure this is going to go great. Well, we get up to that counter, and I saw a different side of my buddy. She goes, I'm sorry, sir. It's not really, I'm not seeing it on the screen. You know, is this your friend? Is this his account? I go, oh, I'm sorry. I can pay for it. He did the hold on, let me cook. Fucking put the arm out right in front of me. I had my card out. Bah! Shoots me back. I'm thinking, wow, we're really taking this $12 serious. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. So then she, she's trying to finagle it with him. He's getting all aggressive. He goes, no, says it right here. Says it right here. Shouldn't be a problem. Never been a problem before. I'm like, whoa, where was that when so and so was fucking picking on you back in 10th grade, bro? You could have used some of that. Put some fucking pizzazz behind that bitch. And then she goes, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go get my manager. Yeah, you do that. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, where did this guy come from? What the hell is going on? And like, as soon as she walks and go get the manager, I'm over here like, buddy, man, come on. Like, I'm starting to feel like you're almost making me look broke here. Like, if it's not the free ticket, we leave. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, come on, let me just, I got the ticket. It's no biggie. You can get me next time, man. Don't sweat it. No, this is bullshit. No, I'm not standing for this. I'm not standing for this. This works all the time. I'm not letting you pay for that ticket. Wow. I was about to say, shit, should we go get the shiesties out? This seems like this might get bad. Depending on what the manager says. One thing leads to another. It gets hashed out. And the manager ends up saying, he goes, oh, yep, it worked. Tickets are printed out. Right when he hands him the tickets, he goes, that's what I thought. Here's the whole thing, though, that also needs to be taken into concern now. So he's obviously created this wild amount of negative energy and animosity between now us and these two people right here. What he forgot was, I'm still getting concession. I'm still getting concession. So he does that's what I thought. And then I'm like, I'm still getting that butter popcorn though. Fuck it.
Let me get it.
Yeah, I walk right up there and he goes, you need something? I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, medium butter popcorn, large Mountain Dew. Uh-huh. I'm looking around. I'm like, come on. And then I finally see he's off to the side. As soon as I get my shit, I lean in. I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. I was like, I didn't mean to create any of that confusion. I said, I've never seen him on that one in my life. I was like, I don't even know where that came from. That was the first thing I said when we sat down and got to our seats. I was like, Rick, where'd that come from? He goes, no, that was bullshit. I'm like,
Good
damn.
shot. He
Whoa.
said, "We
I almost
paid."
wanted to hit him with the Drake. Whoa, take it easy, man. Talking about a movie ticket
He
here.
said,
Yeah.
I paid
Yeah,
for this.
speaking of Drake and Josh, you fucking theater thug. What the hell was that out there?
Seriously. Wow. Yeah, that was yeah, when you told me that was nuts.
Timestamp, by the way. But yeah, no, and then I guess you're gonna add an extra minute on it because so we sit down, we haven't hung out in a while. It's talking my ear off. I mean, there's people in the movie, like there's people around us, and he's leaning in. So what do you think of that villain on Justified? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to read these subtitles, bro. I can't understand Japanese. I'm trying to read the subtitles. It's part of the movie experience. Finally, thank God, somebody to the far left just leans down and goes, yo, shh. And when you get the wide eye, shh, that's you only get one. I don't want to see the second shush. I was going to have to stand up. Unless Rick got that fight still in him, maybe we can double team the guy. Pause. But, but then finally, 30 minutes in, he conked off for like 30 minutes, then woke up for the last 30. And I did contemplate it too. I looked over at him. I was like, and then he finally woke up. He's like, what I missed? I was like, it's a Godzilla movie. What do you think you missed? He's stomping through the town, knocking building by building over, creating mass destruction. It's a Godzilla movie. Which will lead me into my review. One of the best movies of the year. Really loved how they did it. I thought instantly that it was better than I was about not even 45 into it. Once he fell asleep, I was like, wow, this is really enjoyable. No, but all love to him. If he's tuned in, all love to him. But no, overall though, great movie. Like I said, I think it's better than the other Godzilla 1, King of Monsters, and even the Godzilla Kong. I think it's better than the Kong movies just because this one wasn't just like mass destruction. There's actually a big story behind it. And the thing that a lot of people I actually don't think have been made aware of is that Godzilla in this movie, Godzilla Minus One, is actually an allegory for how America treated Japan during World War II.
Okay.
Like when they hit us and then we struck back. Well, we struck back like fucking Godzilla. And that was kind of like the allegory of it. And like, I would say for only 12 to 15 minutes at most was Godzilla even like on the screen, like doing his shit. Probably 15, actually, 15, somewhere in 15, 20. But overall, I mean, the story of like the families and like how like the separation and like all that it factored on, I thought they killed it. I thought a lot of the scenes were powerful. And I actually really loved the way that they did it in true Japanese fashion because like that's their story to tell.
Yeah.
Like I know America took it and slapped Vera Farmiga and Luke Wilson on it. But at the end of the day, that's their shit to get off. Like it's not really ours. Kong's ours, but that's theirs. And I really thought they did the movie absolutely phenomenal. I think it's already going to be coming to streaming, if I'm not mistaken. But I wanted to catch that one on the big screen, though. I saw that they did this all with a $15 million budget,
Really?
which is also pretty crazy because I'm pretty sure $15 million doesn't even cover the CGI on the Godzilla and the American one. So I'm pretty sure that's the budget alone for that, or at least Vera. But no, overall, phenomenal movie. Highly recommend, capital HIGH, when you see that hit your streaming services, if you like those monster movies and good sci-fi, and if you don't mind reading the subtitles, which
yeah, it's a crucial part. Good thing you mentioned that.
yes, make that very well known when going into it. That is all Japanese subtitle or all subtitles because there's not one word of that movie that's actually in English. But I think, like I said, that made it for a nice touch. And even on the $15 million budget, it doesn't look like some tabletop middle of the mall shit. Like they actually, when they have Godzilla on screen, they make the most of it. Like I remember him and his walk through the town more than I remember the one that can fucking jump and fly and land on the side of the skyscraper like he's Spider-Man. Which, don't get me wrong, I like those too, but it's like, what are you talking about? I just watched him plow through a building just by walking, and then now when he lands on the side of a building, it doesn't crack a window. Like what are we talking about here? But no, overall though, phenomenal movie, like I said, and do highly recommend checking that out. My buddy loved it as well. That was actually his second time seeing it, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was actually his second time seeing it, but he said the first time he went after work and he nodded off. So it's like
so he can't make it through the movie.
He's a nodder offer. I know a couple of them. You can time it. So, last thing I wanted to mention before we move on to another subject, another topic, was a question. I've been liking to propose certain questions, and this one just hit me when I was at the day job, like I said, getting slaved away. If a Freaky Friday situation happened to you, where you swap bodies, you can either look at it however you want to, 24 hours or a whole weekend. How do you want to do it? 24 hours, whole weekend, both, however people want to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could pick.
Okay, so if a Freaky Friday situation happened to you, who would you want to swap bodies with for either a day or a whole weekend? Go.
I think I would do a whole weekend with Margot Robbie.
You'd be Margot Robbie for a whole weekend?
Mm-hmm. I just want to know what it's like to just be Margot Robbie. Like that pretty all the time.
You are.
That's crazy.
You are.
I step it. No, but Margot Robbie, I would love to do. And then just to like, I don't know. I don't know. Be Barbie. I don't know. That's crazy.
Beyond. See, that's that's what I'm saying. You got to think of it like okay, you wake up. Call time, 10 o'clock. Oh shit!
Like now
I gotta go act and I gotta go be Barbie.
So I want to be Margot Robbie like during the filming of Barbie, so that like I can go and be Barbie.
But now, if you think about it, how crazy is it though that like you're gonna show up and Greta's gonna be like, and action, and you're gonna be like,
what do I do?
Oh no!
I don't know how to.
You'd be like, oh shit, this is rough.
Or I just snap right into it. And it's like I am like, you know what I mean? Like I'm me, but like I could just act really well. Like that'd be crazy.
Well, like no, see, that would be the thing because Margot could act well if when she swaps with you.
Yeah.
So she takes all of her abilities with her into you, and you take all of your abilities with you.
Yeah, I know, but like, what if just being in her body is enough for me to be like, I know how to like I could do this. I'll
Barbie this for the day, and I guess I could see that because of how well you know, like, and how well you grew up with Barbie and just everything. I think you can nail it.
But that'd be crazy.
I think you can nail it. Two names came to mind for me, and I'm so excited to see what you guys say. I think this is gonna be hilarious. First, I'm thinking Justin Bieber, and I think first off, I think we could make that a movie. I think if you can call Hollywood, I think Tucker switching with Bieber and Bieber switches into me. Fucking hilarious. There's no world where that's not hilarious. Because everybody knows me and Bieber are like long lost brothers.
So I stay here with your body then?
Yes, but I'd be Bieber inside. Bieber would be me inside my body. And I'd be inside Bieber's body. So like I'd have to go out and do a show as Bieber. I think I could nail it. But like I think there's like more funny shit that goes with it though. Like I imagine he's just like, why the fuck am I so hungover? Did I drink last night? Oh my god. Like whose body is this?
I wonder how long it would take for me to realize, one, that it wasn't you, and two, that it's Justin Bieber. Probably instantly.
You would know instantly because he would be freaking out. He would look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck happened to me? He'd be like, what the hell is this? He'd wake up in that chair with a half-lit cig. What the fuck? Mound of ash, empty beer cans. Who the hell am I? And I'd wake up and I'd be like, okay, this is different. Okay, I'm in Turks. Okay.
Oh, it smells clean in here.
I've never been in Turks before. This is interesting. What's this robe? I don't sleep in this shit. Like, where's my jacket? Where's my Mac hoodie, motherfucker?
It's just Hailey Bieber like sitting next to you.
What the? Hailey Bieber? Like, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. No way. I do the frantic run. I run out into the hallway and it's just like all the plaques. I'm like, holy shit, I'm Justin Bieber. First thing I do, I run outside and I fucking, I throw coffee in somebody's face. I bring the Blake Griffin back all over again. I go viral immediately. If I'm Freaky Friday with Justin, robe on and all, quick, Hailey, where's the coffee machine? Downstairs in our third room, just some wild room that I'm going to have 20 minutes to find. Fuck! I'm running around this big ass house. You said which room? I found 6 living rooms. You said the one with the kitchen attached with the island? That's all of them. That is all of them. Please, I need help. She's like, I can help you, but why do you keep calling me Hailey? I'll explain it later. I need coffee. For what? You'll just go to your phone in 10 minutes. I run outside. Quickest person I find. Where's somebody that looks like Blake Griffin? You. Throw the coffee right in his face. Oh my god, I'd for sure recreate that moment. I'd also call Diddy and say, what the fuck did you do to me? I saw that clip, just so we're clear. Hey, yo, what'd you do, homeboy? What was that all about? The other person, though, that I think I would switch with, Bad Bunny. I thought about it, too, Bad Bunny. Because that one's funny. Imagine Bad Bunny wakes up as me in that chair. He can't speak Spanish. Or no, he can speak Spanish. So now every time he goes to speak, people are going to, that's even funny. Because people are going to be like, how the hell am I speaking like that? You know what I mean? Fluent Spanish?
Yeah.
I imagine his first move would be like, fuck, who can help me in this situation? Dooley. And Dooley just gets a call from Bad Bunny, but it's off of my phone. Come on, that's hilarious. Is this Bad Bunny? What you and Took making a song? Y'all in the stew? What's going on here? And then I just wake up and I just all of a sudden speak perfect English in Bad Bunny's body with no accent. That would fuck people up. That'd fuck people up. I walk into Starbucks and in the whitest way possible. I'm like, venti French vanilla, please. They're like, Bad Bunny? Imagine how thrown off Kendall Jenner is going to be. Kendall Jenner's going to be like, that's weird, Bad Bunny. I've never seen you, that's funny as hell if she calls him Bad Bunny. But that's funny, Bunny, honey. Have you ever, all right, pause. I can't say that. But, since when do you drink like this? What are you talking about? You've had 15 Budweisers today. Never seen you drink those. See what I mean? That's hilarious. Are you rolling a spliff? Kendall would be so thrown off. Imagine me going around the Jenners and the Kardashians, but I'm still Bad Bunny. And they're like, hey, yo, get up there and perform Salia Vega or whatever. I don't know. Get up. That's probably offensive, but get up there and perform Chambela. Okay, no problem. Give me the mic. And I just go up there and it's just me singing how I sing in the car. Chambela, holla! And it's just me doing it like that. And they're like, wait a minute. You putting this on? I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm just trolling. As you can tell, I put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, wow.
And I'm coming up with most of it on the fly. But no, Bad Bunny or Justin Bieber, who would you rather me? Who would you rather take over my body? Probably Bieber.
Obviously Justin Bieber.
You don't
when
think
have I ever expressed my liking for Bad Bunny? I just want to know.
When he super kicked Logan Paul. You liked it when he did that?
Sure.
But all right. I figured I'd ask that question. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. I was excited to see what you said as well. So you said Margot Robbie, and my final answer, I would say Justin Bieber or Bad Bunny. Well, now to pivot, we can dive right into, since we're talking about Bieber and we're talking about Bad Bunny, we can talk a little about new music reviews and dive into the simulation of music that's been going on this week. I know we're coming in at the closeout of the year, but there's still a lot of good drops. No time wasted for these individuals, that's for sure. Where do you want to go on this adventure? You want to start with albums or you want to start with songs?
Albums.
Albums? Well, Nicki Minaj wasted no time. She's feeling very saggy this month for us Sagittariuses. We got Pink Friday 2, the Gag City Deluxe, which added 2 new records. We got Beep Beep featuring 50, and then we got Love Me Enough, has 2 people on that as well. I believe Keisha Cole and Monica, which I like that record quite a bit. I know it was only 2 extras, but hey, I get it. You got to pad the stats, close out the year. I did see that I believe she tallied up 226K first week sales, making her in the top 5 releases as far as first week sales go in hip hop this year. So shout out to Nicki. Also, she secured a number 1, which not too many hip hop artists got that this year. So shout out to Nicki once again for getting that number 1. Have you got to dive back into it at all since it's been out?
No, I have not.
You've been riding the playlist still?
Yeah, well, I haven't, had much time. So
that is true as well. ASAP 12 dropped a new project. He just said fuck it and dropped the deluxe right away. We got Kids Gotta Eat. I ended up adding some joints on that. Love ASAP Mob, love ASAP 12. We got Yams Day with ASAP Ant and ASAP Rocky. And we got Venture Time with Rock Marciano. And I really like the record a lot, Kids Gotta Eat. So do recommend checking that out, but not necessarily a highly recommendation. I saw Starlito dropped an album, had some K. Keith joints on that. I like Bipolar Bear and 1008. Saw there's a couple of other ones on there too that are worthy of checking out. We got Coco Jones dropped the deluxe to What I Didn't Tell You. Loved that album, loved it regularly. Definitely, if you haven't heard it, check out the deluxe so you can get it all at once. However, though, that leaves me to my favorite album and my highly recommendation of the weekend, my capital HIGH as far as music goes. We only talk about real shit when we're fucked up, by Bozzy from Dreamville. Added a lot of joints on there. He got 3 Cole features, not 1, not 2, but 3 Cole features. See, look, I'm Bad Bunny already. Bozzy and J. Cole on Home Alone. You got Boz and J. Cole on Passport Bros. And you got Boz and J. Cole on Paper Cuts. However, though, I love all 3 of those. Thought that was great. Thought the single Ho Chi Minh was great. However, one of my favorite records on it, though, maybe even my absolute favorite, is actually the 1 and 2 that kicks it right off. Love the intro of Light of My Soul that leads right into Black Jedi. Love those 2 records a lot. And I thought Light of My Soul, as far as intro goes, it feels like an intro. Like, it's not just like, oh, this record's dope. Like, I mean, it's got that, like, this is how you intro the project type of thing. Like, this is going to be the things I'm talking about. And I thought that was really great. You got 179 Delhi with AJ Tracy. You got Yao Ming. And you got Dr. Oblivion. Highly recommend checking out the whole album, though. I definitely got to go back and listen to it even more. I've given it about 2.5 plays throughs, and so far that's what I've added. But definitely highly recommend checking that out. Let me see if I'm missing any albums that came out before we dive into the singles. YTB Fat dropped Foxes Only. I checked out a couple on that. Do what you will with that information. Willie Nelson dropped I guess he turned 90 years old live at the Hollywood Bowl. Willie Nelson, shout out Willie, still ticking. And that looks like that's about it. I mean, we are winding down, like I said. Oh, we did get the Little Baby back to back. I know it says single, but it's 2 songs. You got Crazy and 350. I'm going to save that for another episode. I'm going to see what you guys think on of it, but I'm going to say this for Lil Baby, and I'm not putting on the hater hat, but that's all I'm going to say, and we can elaborate on that on a later episode. I think you know what I'm getting at with that. I hear those 2 singles and give you a little bit of a preview of what I'll say when that time comes. Let's give him a little bit more time, but I think the hourglass is starting to dwindle at a little bit of a faster pace than it was there for a minute for him. I think he needs a turnaround. Yeah. Gucci Mane dropped his 50,000th project of the year with BG called Choppers and Bricks. You got a Mike Will made it on there. You got C Murder. I haven't actually listened to that whole thing. I tried hopping around on it, and it just kind of went south for me. When I say he's dropped 50,000, I mean, it might be 49,999. I mean, you can't keep up with all that when you're dropping 2 a month. It's like, what the hell is going on? But then you got, I want to see Bozzy push more towards the forefront. Big Crit. Can't forget about that. Big Crit stepped outside. He dropped Regardless. It's still Timeless EP. You got 4 new joints. You got King Part 5, which I thought was good. You got Set 'Em Free. You got My Sub Part 6 and Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon was actually my favorite on that. I actually forgot to add it, so I'll do that now. Thought that was good, solid EP. I know Good Brother Doomer, great friend of the show, our good fact checker. He loves Big Crit, and I saw as soon as I seen that, I was like, let me see if I can beat him to it. And that's it as far as the albums go, so that leads us into singles. I'll go start with what I added as always. To kick us off, we got 1999 Write the Future, Bad Bad Not Good, and West Side Gun featuring Conway the Machine on a record called Mint Chocolate. Love it. Think it's great. It's West Side Gun. It's Conway. At this point, I feel like you guys are probably sick of me saying it, but it's an instant ad. Okay, I'm only going to do it just that one time. But love West Side Gun, love Con. Big Griselda shit. And seeing the Bad Bad Not Good get their production on there, that was amazing. That's the highly recommendation. All right, and then we'll just dive into that. So, my favorite. This is cross albums, cross singles, everything that came out this weekend. What does that look like to you as I'm diving into it? So, there's a record that came out called Intergalactic Icons. And every once in a while, I feel like I get either an early birthday gift or, as in this one came, right on time. You got Logic, Conway the Machine once again, and the Hazelnut Harrison Ford, the Raspberry, what's he say, Rod Stewart, Riff Raff. You got Logic, Conway, and Riff Raff on Intergalactic Icons. I can't wait to show you that tonight on the way to the party. It's going to be amazing. No better way to kick off a party than when you're pulling up, listening to 3 icons. Just go over this beat. It's iconic. Riff Raff actually somehow steals the show. Even Conway the Machine, I saw when he shared the link to it on IG, he said, never knew Riff could go like that. When Riff wants to go, Riff can go. And he was riffing all over it.
It's no middle of the mall shit.
Ain't no middle of the mall shit. Hey, yo, Martha Stewart. It's my neighbor. Taylor Swift. Jody Husky. R.I.P. Jody Husky. But love Riff Raff, love Con, love Logic. Think that was just a great, I literally felt like that was their birthday gift to me. And I'm greatly appreciative of it. So if you guys listen to anything that I've said out of all this music this weekend, it's check out Bozzy and go check out that record. Because it's just one of those times where as soon as I saw those 3 on one track, I was like, wait.
Is that right?
I'm like, what? I'm like, all 3 of those on the same song? Hell yeah, sign me up. So with that being said, though, before I dive into the one that I actually wanted to talk about, and we watched the music video together, but let's just make sure. Okay, so I haven't heard this yet. I know it's fresh off the press. I know that it literally just came out not even an hour ago based on our group chat. But Juice WRLD, Eminem, and Benny Blanco have a new song out called Lace It, which is kind of fucked up. But new record out called Lace It. Haven't heard it yet, but I'm just going to assume when I see those three names on it, we're probably dealing with a smash. And that also leads me to the question that I've also been saying for months. Did somebody just lock Juice WRLD up in like a bunker and just give him a live microphone and just say, hey, freestyle for a year straight, and we're going to break that up into 1,000 different songs? Because where the hell is all this coming from?
You said Juice WRLD. I was like, wait a minute, what? Like they have more?
Producer said plenty.
Wow.
So I guess, hey, for Juice WRLD fans and music in general, everybody wins when you hear that. Omarion, turn your calendars back. I won't even dive into that. He dropped a song called I Can't Even Lie. Haven't heard that yet. You got La Tyler, which I hope I'm saying that right, but La Tyler and Lotto dropped the Grinch freestyle. Shout out Lotto. You got that already about it. I know Meg was on a record. Yep, with Renee Rapp. Probably not saying that right either. According to Reddit, I butcher names all the time, so let's just go for it. We got Killer Mike and Damian. Oh, and Damian Marley dropped that Run remix, which I added that instantly. I thought that was great. Paul Wall dropped Alchemy of Bankrolls. That's interesting. I haven't heard that yet. Oh, Omarion dropped 2 new songs. We got 2 new Omarion songs. But that leads us to the music video and the last single that I wanted to mention before we get off of new music reviews. But Lil Dicky, finally. I've had my hater hat on a couple different occasions when it comes to that individual. But Lil Dicky finally dropped a new record called Mr. McAdams. Yeah, Mr. McAdams dropped, of course, with a video, as he always does. And it's the official first single off of his album dropping January 19th, I believe it said, called Peanut. Is what the album's called, which, of course, it's Lil Dicky. That's right on brand. But I think people are like, okay, where's he going to end up going with this? Because I had my hater hat on. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think that Dave show is it. I started watching it, and I was kind of into it, and then it kind of made me not like him even more because I started to get that feeling of, oh, that's why you made music. That's why. So you could get to that point. Gotcha. And then as soon as I was like, oh, Freaky Friday, and then Earth, and then just crickets for years, no new even mentioning of new music. Yeah, I got a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. Yeah. But before we dive into what we think on it, I think this is the moment that everybody was waiting for, because I think they saw a potential Tupac and Biggie beef on the horizon, so to speak. And I just want to let you know the beef is called off. I called up Jay Prince when I heard the record. I called up Jay Prince, called up the Mob Ties, and said, hey, that money we had on Dickie, you can take it off now. He good. We're good. Me and Dickie, we had a phone call. We squashed it. The beef squashed. The beef's off. He dropped the new record, and damn it, I'm back on the bandwagon. I think it's a good record. I think it's catchy. I think it's funny. It's right on brand for him. Mr. McAdams. He's got Rachel McAdams in the music video. Obviously, it's another big budget music video from him. I think it's a grand slam out the park. I'm a big Brad Pitt fan, and when Brad Pitt makes the cameo and peeks in the room, thought that was really cool. Thought the song was catchy. Again, we know it's a joke song. It's not to be taken seriously. He gets that little Dicky flow going. Damn it, I'm going to be tuned into the album. The beef's been lifted. How did you feel on it, though? Because I know that you actually like some of those other little Dicky records as well, especially Freaky Friday.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I liked Freaky Friday when it came out. Like, it was a smash. I mean, I haven't listened to it probably since it came out, but
it got old.
Yeah, it got old, and that's what those types of songs do. They get old quick, and that's just my take on it personally. After I listen to them, I like them. I don't have a reason to go back to them because then it's like, oh, well, the hype's over. I'm cool on it. This song, I don't know. Like, it just did not hit for me. I mean, like I said, I liked Freaky Friday. I liked Earth. I like some of his other songs. I'm pretty sure he has one called maybe like Money or something.
Save That Money.
Save That Money.
That's what put him on the map, was Save That Money.
I like that song. There's one more off of there and I can't remember it, but I liked him. I used to listen to him. I just don't.
Oh, Professional Rapper with Snoop Dogg where he does the interview?
No, it was a little bit. It was like I think it was a more serious song. It was actually one of his more serious songs off of. I think it was maybe the same album. Maybe I don't remember. But anyway,
to my knowledge, he's only had that one album. I might be wrong. To my knowledge, it's only been Professional Rapper. Maybe, no,
hold on, let me see.
It would be Professional Rapper and then this.
I can't think of the song. Is what I'm saying. But anyway, it's just like didn't really do much for me.
Wasn't clicking, wasn't hitting with you. Well, I
Molly.
thought. Oh, I remember that. But yeah, I'll be tuned into the album. But yes, Jay Prince was called. Don't you worry, little Dickie. You can sleep peacefully. We can put the guns down. We can put our fists away. We're all good. We can we can dap it out. You can timestamp that. So, with that being said, there's another individual in the music world that was supposed to drop music. But when we say supposed to drop music when it comes to this guy, whatever release date you get, you got to give another up to 6 months afterwards on when you're actually going to get the project. And that individual that we're speaking about, a name that you've definitely heard before on this pod, would be Kanye West. Kanye Titta. So, a.k.a. Mr. Ye, a.k.a. Mr. West. So, Kanye, I think, stepped outside to give us another classic rant. Like, we've been getting Kanye rants, and we've been getting him getting his shoes tied, and, you know, we've been getting all those Kanye moments. But it's been a while since we got a, how, Sway? And just got a great Ye rant. And, oh, he didn't disappoint. He was all over the place as a normal Ye rant goes. I don't even know where to start on the rant. Well, first off, let's just start here, where the rant takes place. So, for those that don't know, as I mentioned, he's dropping an album. It's him and Ty Dolla $ign. They're dropping a collab album. It's called Vultures. They've had a couple different listening sessions. They had one over in like Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia somewhere. It went great. He debuted the Everybody song with the Backstreet Boys sample that turns out it wasn't cleared. So now that's probably going to be left off. So that's unfortunate because I actually got pumped for that. And they were throwing out a listening party. I forget exactly where it was, but it looked like it was indoors, had a nice little, tight-knit crowd. And here was the catch, though, to the listening party. No music got played. So we showed up to listen to the album.
Just Kanye spit.
That's not what we got. We got the Kanye rant. We did get speaking of beefs being amended and peace becoming a part of the resolvement.
Peace be with you.
Yes, and also with Cudi and Kanye, because they dapped it out and they got back together for like the fucking 6th, 7th time. So kind of interesting to see how that pans out. I'm sure they'll be broken up in another 6 months. They really are. They really are an on and off relationship. But hey, we like to see them in good spirits because when they're in good spirits and they're together, good music wins, no pun intended. And who knows? We might get a Kids See Ghosts 2. Who knows? We might get Kanye hating on Cudi next because he hated on about everybody but him when it came to the listening party. Once again, he was there. Him, Ty Dolla, had a good crowd. Turns out he did not want to play the music. He instead wanted to get everybody there so he could not only hate on, let's just make sure we got all these names correct. In fact, I don't even think it lists all of them. Where are we here? It's absolutely just insanity. So we guess there's so many. Okay, here we go. Kanye West goes off against Zionist Bernard Arnault, Alexandra Arnault, Francois Pernault, Ari Emanuel, Harley Pasternak, Denma Balenciaga, Gap, Adidas, Cudi, Drake, Jay-Z, Kim K, the guests at the listening party, and more. And more. So which one of the times he went off is he goes, like, I'm a god. Or he was, alluding to it. And somebody goes, you ain't no god. And he goes, shut up. You gonna get exiled. Which next time somebody says something to me, Like, I actually almost thought about saying it today at work when they're like, yay, 212 back to back next week. Shut up. You gonna get exiled. That's what I'm gonna say next time. That's gonna be my rebuttal to everybody that tries bashing on me. You gonna get exiled. Shut up. They make the Twix double the size now to try to make us fat. Like, which that was another soundbite. I'm not even making that up. Like, imagine if Tony was trying to do the Kanye impression. We're giving us double-sided Twix bars. Trying to make us fat. It's uncalled for. Pick 1 pound size. Now, that'd be funny if he did that up there. But, no, he goes off on this rant. You saw the clips. I mean, what do you make of it? At one point, he's talking about North is ripping up the couches so she can come see him because he's tired of mom.
He is sick. He's sick in the head. He, like, you can, like, see, like, in his eye, like, it's not him. Like, it's a very weird thing to watch because, like, to actually see him like that, because it's like, I'm sure psychologists on here and, like, medical professionals are, like, in awe. Like, what is wrong with him? Like, what mental illness is it? Go back on your meds, Kanye. That's all I gotta tell you, buddy.
Well, remember,
Go back on your meds.
Remember, he hates being bipolar. He loves it.
He needs to go back on his meds. It's really like, it's almost like, it's entertaining, yes, it's funny, but it's almost sad to watch because it's like,
I'm glad that you actually, okay, so I'm glad that you said that.
I mean, like, that's an actual sick human being. Like, whether he's joking or not joking, but whether, like, whether you think it's funny or whether, like, you think it's a joke or not, like, that's an actual sick person right there, because he wasn't like that.
You make a good point. We do sit here and we laugh about it and we joke and we pull from it. But at the end of the day, when I see this listening session going completely the fuck off the rails and wrong.
And, like, he's, like, actually hurt and, like, he sounds upset. Something is wrong with him. Like, and I mean that in the most respectful way, truthfully. And I really don't like Kanye at all, but, like, in the most respectful way, like, something is wrong with him.
And, you know, here's the thing that I look at it from, and it makes me a little sad, is whenever I see that video, and it comes up all the time on Twitter, X, however you look at it, of when Kanye, Kid Cudi, and Young Thug took over Madison Square Garden for the listening session to Life of Pablo. And everything was great for Ye. He was in good spirits. It was good energy. He's got an arm around Kid Cudi. If your Metro don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you. And they're bopping. The crowd's going crazy. And Young Thug's taking the aux. And they're all smiles. And Ye's having some Henny. And it looks like they're having a great night. And then all these years later, oh, damn, we can't even have the listening session because he's just won't stop being mad and just ranting and feeling like the world is after him.
Yeah.
Like, I really, truly believe that, you know, people are always like, oh, it's me versus the world. I actually really firmly believe that he wakes up and believes that.
No,
that no one is on his side. Like, nobody. And
that I do agree with. And if he just, you know, opened up his eyes a little bit and just went on his medication and actually listened to a medical professional that would help him, a psychiatric professional to be specific, I think you know, he would just feel better. Like, he wouldn't be so mad and bitter and angry. Like,
yeah, because, like, right now, I mean, like, you know, even to go back to, like, yeah, like, you know, wouldn't be so bitter and angry, because it's like he almost comes across like, I'm right and I know you're all wrong. Yeah, I'm right. I am right. You're all wrong.
Yeah, because he already has that, like, I think this might predisposition, like, already in his mind that, like, you're already going to be against me. I know I'm right. You only want to combat me. I don't want to listen to what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. I think that's what's already, like, in his mind, and, like, that's what's cooking him. So that's why he, like, just goes off in these rants and he can't hear anything because he's just so, like, engulfed in his own mind.
And what I think actually makes this all 1,000 billion million times worse too is the fact that, so he thinks like that, right? And everybody close around him and even other people in the industry are, like, kind of doing, like I said, the Jonah Hill, and this is the end, like, yo, yeah, what are you getting at here, man? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Where, like, trying to find the right word for it, I guess, but it almost comes across like what makes it worse is that when then he goes into his comments and they're like, yeah, dude, you're right. You're the GOAT. Like, you're right. They are tripping. They are tripping. Like, they are fucking stupid. You're right. You're God, man. You are God. And it's like,
and that doesn't help
you're
because you're enabling it.
Yes, that's literally what you're doing, because he's looking at all them like, yeah, my followers, they're right, obviously. And it's like,
but it's like they literally, you said the sky's pink and they would believe you. So I mean,
that's why it's like you gotta
take that with a grain of salt.
You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like, yeah, the 16-year-old that's going, yay, you're God. Okay, that's really cool that he thinks that. I'm not saying he can't think like that, but you can't take that and be like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
like, he's right.
I am our Lord.
Not all my friends that tell me I need help. The 16-year-old that lives in bumfuck, he's right. Like, but yay.
Need help.
You need help. Wake up, Mr. West, and we're waiting for you. And I saw a glimpse of it for a second, and then the Backstreet Boys sample didn't get cleared. But I saw it for 1 second when he walked out onto that balcony, and you just hear the Backstreet Boys sample kick in, and then it's Ty Dolla $ign's voice. I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. And then 2 days later, didn't get cleared. And then it's like, okay, 1 day later, he's at the listening party. And the last thing I'll say before we move on that, funniest part about it was if you go back to, it's the 6-minute and 53-second video, where he's about halfway through the rant, and you can tell there's people leaving, walking out on their phones. This went way off the rails at this point. And Ty Dolla, you say you're yay, kind of comes up to me. I was like, hey, son, you want to get the music going? You know, like, hey, man, we've kind of been here for a while, just listening to you around. How about we turn the vibe around kind of thing, like get the music playing. People came here to hear the music. He goes, hold on. I got to let God speak through me. The moment he said, I got to let God continue to speak through me, Ty Dolla literally did this. All right, I'm going to head out. Like, and literally, like, you just saw him get up, and he was like, oh, for real? All right, cool. I'm going to go get the Uber then, because this is not what I came here to do tonight. But I'm excited for that project, though, to come out. At the end of the day, it's new yay. We're all going to go listen to it, depict it, every bar, every word. He's going to say some wild, extravagant, off-the-wall shit. God only knows what we're about to hear. So I hope it comes out sooner than later, so we can depict it with you guys. But on that note, you can timestamp that and we'll move on. So, another thing that we can look at, have some fun with, have a laugh. But at the end of the day, if you saw the IG live clip of Cardi B from the other day, you can look at this 2 different ways. You can have fun with it, but the reality of it is,
it's not funny.
It's super sad hearing her voice in that video. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously she's standing off camera because she doesn't want to see how she looks in that moment, which I can't blame her. She, I guess, tried reaching out to Offset, and more TMZ and all this other shit starts covering it and picking it up and putting dates on who it was with and where it was at. Turns out it was with Krishan Rock. They were at the same, it was a rumor like about a week ago. And then now it's lined up where, like, she and him were at the party at the same time. 2 and 2 is finally equaling 4. And he already has a history of this. This is like his 4th time doing it since they've been together. I know they did separate interviews. They're like, oh, that's just kind of how we are. We go back and forth. But this to me sounded like Cardi's done. I mean, female perspective. Did Cardi's voice say done, or I'll go back a 5th time, so to speak? And all love to Cardi. I am way much more of a Cardi B fan than I am an Offset fan. Let me just state that one first and foremost.
As a female and being in a situation like that, just being cheated on, in the past and things like that, like, I feel for her. And, like, it's hard on it. Like, some women, honestly, great. Good for you. A man cheats on you and that's it, done. Wash your hands. Some women, it is honestly hard. I mean, it depends. Like, she has a child, children with this man. Like, that is a whole nother love and, like, bond with a human. And then for them to go out and disrespect you straight blind to your face, that was hurting her voice. And it's sad that she even had to get on the internet to even defend herself in this, or whatever the case was, because she sounded like she was fucking, mad, I'm upset. Like, why?
She said she was in an emotionally vulnerable, state, and not her most confident right now,
and all of that. Like, yeah, and then you got to think that, like, take a look at that. Like, Cardi B, who baddest bitch to me at least on the fucking planet, and I'm not in the right fucking state. I do not feel confident right now. Why? Because why would you feel confident if your fucking man is going out and putting whatever
and
doing whatever with other women? Like, that is sad, and I hate that the internet now has to be dragged into it because it's none of our fucking businesses.
Super public.
It's super like embarrassing for all accounts, Offset and Cardi and that family. Yeah. Like, that is embarrassing. Like, and now her kid's gonna grow up and like eventually go on the internet and be like, yeah, my dad fucking cheated on my mom. And then they're gonna have that perspective of their dad.
And gonna see her mom reacting like that towards it too.
I mean, it's disgusting. There's some things that like just should not be public, and I think death and like that intimate type of relationship thing should not be public. I mean, I know it's hard because it's, they're in the public eye, but it's just, I mean, as people, just do better and be more respectful, I guess.
Look at like how the internet even did that, how they were able to put 2 and 2 together, where it's like, actually, they were there at the same time. That might be true.
It's like, what if Cardi like didn't want that?
Ignorance.
100%.
I'm 100% positive. Ignorance was probably bliss.
Yeah, and she didn't want to know, and now the internet fucking just put it right out there. There you go. Like, you didn't want to know that? Well, I'm going to make sure that it's down your throat, and you're going to know exactly every single thing that they did and said and touched each other. Like, that is just disgusting.
Yeah. And Offset, the joke that I had is he's really the Tristan Thompson of the music industry. He's really the Tristan Thompson of the music industry. I see it's literally what Tristan did to Chloe, but in basketball.
It's just disgusting.
Absolutely.
Men are pigs. Gross.
And there was one thing that Cardi said, though, during her rant. And you know what? Like I said, I'm more of a fan of Cardi than I am Offset. When she said, oh, you've just been acting like you're hot shit, blah, 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 because you made that bitch-ass album. And, since your bitch-ass album, oh, you think you're hot shit. And you know what? I went back and, like, looked at what I added. And I was like, that kind of is a bitch-ass album. I was like, that kind of is a bitch-ass album. I added a couple on it. I mean, it was all right. But R.I.P. Takeoff. Takeoff would have smoked his shit. Quavo would have smoked his shit. Maybe not rapping-wise, but probably would have made a couple bigger hits than that. And, hey, all props to him. It sold well. It did. It sold well. But I also think a part of that was just Migos fans getting to hear something maybe potentially, not one last time, but just diehard Migos fans that love hearing that Migos sound and know that you've lost 1/3 of the way to get it.
Yeah.
And as far as that whole thing goes, though, much love to Cardi, much love to Culture. And Offset, stop being Tristan Thompson, man. What the fuck? Timestamp that. But prayers to Cardi, and I hope people can leave her alone as she works on finishing the album and doing what she does, which is putting out great music and being great energy and being absolutely amazing, whether she's talking politics, whether she's talking music, whether she's being funny. She does all of those things amazingly well, and I think she is a legendary, not only artist, but an entertainer as a whole. And I think she's doing a great job sticking it to him like that. However, there is another person that I think we should leave alone. And I'm not going to dive too much in on it because you've heard me beat the Tory Lanez. Yes, I said Voldemort's name. Beat his name dead. Beat that horse dead.
Megan Alone.
Thank you.
Gotta bring back the Britney. Jeez.
Thank you. Yeah, leave Meg alone. Like, I've seen a lot of the internet's like, oh, well, we told you. Since day one, anytime any piece of evidence comes out, it's, look at that. We told you. We told you she's a lying bitch. And
Y'all
it's
are
like,
just grasping at straws at this point.
I'll be honest, it's borderline weird.
It is.
Borderline weird. And like what I mean by that, humor me. Say it's J. Cole, Tory Lanez situation. Let's say it's J. Cole. Let's humor it. J. Cole, same situation. He's Daystar Peterson. He's Daystar. Not even calling him by his stupid rap name anymore. He's Daystar Peterson. He does that whole thing. I'll be honest. I probably even would have been on the internet. Like, Okay, J. Cole shot somebody like that. Just does not sound like something he would do. And plus, he's a huge artist, main big artist. People love him. I'm gonna see him. Big sold out arena tour. Awesome. People love Cole. Dreamville. Everybody would have been. I could see people being like, nah, no way. No way did he do that. No way did my man's do that. We're gonna jump off the ledge for Daystar Peterson? Come on. Chicks Tapes is not that good. Like, it's just not that good. Like, as I've been saying since day one, it's like people don't want to cancel him because it's almost like how people felt with R. Kelly. Okay. It's like if we cancel him, well, we can't listen to his music again. And I can't live with that. And it's like some people legitimately couldn't live with that, and they still don't post their Spotify raps because he's probably number one. With Tory Lanez, though, it's like, let it go. Let it go. He never had a great album. He never had a classic. He sounded like Diet Drake since day one. He started a rap beef with Royce da 5'9". He went on the radio and he froze up. What are we backing this guy for? Daystar Peterson, little leprechaun Daystar, shot Meg. It's clear as day. It was found guilty in the court of law. And now because some bodyguard who went MIA for 2 years decides to give some busted ass statement? Come on. That don't even make no sense. Let's humor it. As I say, let's humor it. So let's go by the bodyguard statement. We got Meg and Kelsey are arguing. They get out of the SUV. Meg's now created enough distance where she's still bickering and yelling at Kelsey. Kelsey grabs a gun. Where she gets the gun from, well, that wasn't said in the statement. That's kind of odd now, wasn't it? Kelsey now has a gun in her hand. So Kelsey went from having no gun
to gun spawned on lap
to now gun in hand. Okay. She now is aiming it at Meg. So now we're...
For some crazy reason.
And again, I don't know Kelsey. Never seen her hold a gun before. So I'm going to take a good guess here and go, that woman probably doesn't know how to shoot that well. Safe bet?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're really putting out a broad assumption.
Exactly. Yes, which, like I said, we're humoring. We're diving into the madness.
Assuming she's never done this.
Yes. Then you got Daystar, who sees her pointing the gun and goes, ho, 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 hold on. He pulls the Santa Claus. Ho, ho, hold on. He gets out. He wrestles. He's now wrestling the gun, which is what the bodyguard said. I'm not making this shit up. Wrestles the gun out of her hand. And in some part of wrestling the gun out of her hand, she shoots 6 shots at Meg's feet.
And nowhere else had bullet
It didn't hit the ground. It didn't hit over there. It didn't hit over there. One of them hit her in the foot mid-wrestling match over the gun. Didn't go off on either of you two, but all bullets went in her direction.
I mean,
And you as the bodyguard saw this whole thing and not once called the police. That's the other thing. Okay, so you saw all that go down. And you didn't cooperate when they pulled up?
Something smells like a fillet of fish.
Yeah, something's awful fishy. And I don't mean a parlay hitting with that one. But leave Meg alone. She's under fire. She's getting diss tracked from her ex. Please, for the love of God, leave that woman alone. Speaking of another woman, though, as we pivot into a new subject that I believe should have been left alone as well. But hey, this dives right back into what
all the women in the world alone, okay?
Yeah, it's been a bad week. Women are not having a good week. And damn it, it's the holiday season. It's fucking Christmas is right around the corner. What is going on? Well, here's what's going on. In Florida, Liv Morgan. Oh, dear. She was riding dirty. She had 20 grams of, what was it on her? Marijuana, and she also had a dab cart, which rumored to be was actually one of her friends. So
But she was driving.
She was driving.
So you get popped.
So she got popped. So she got a mugshot taken of her. And what'd you say about the mugshot? Even made a mugshot look good?
Yeah, she was very pretty in her mugshot.
She looked pretty pissed off, though, too.
Yeah, no, she was probably like, son of a bitch.
Her face literally said, I was supposed to return at the Rumble. That's literally what her face said, because it said WWE had plans and now they're on hold. Which,
yeah, I'd be sick.
The way Triple H handled it, I think, is perfect. Like, look, I got to do what I got to do. But once that's all cleared up and it's all over,
Yeah, it's
you're
just
back.
a formality at this point.
But it probably did suck when Liv had to be like, so is everything all good? And he's like, I mean, everything's good, but like, remember about that Rumble return? That's not going to happen. Which that's unfortunate because it's Mania season. All over 20 grams of weed when it literally just became legal here. But that leads me to the point, though, of we know how Florida is.
Yes, Florida is no joke with their marijuana laws.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I believe it. I was like, I believe that. Mm-hmm. Definitely believe that.
Are you kidding me? If they're anything like
shit, I almost had.
I wonder if they had the freaking security guard from the resort pulling her over. Because, my God, they probably smelled it for 5 miles away.
I would not be surprised. That's the DEA. That's the DEA of Florida.
They had to have been the DEA because there ain't nobody that's on us like that.
I'm telling you, they're built-in dogs. Whatever their nose are like, they're built-in dogs.
Crazy.
Like you said, fucking how many miles away?
I don't even.
They're probably
clear across the lot, beeline it right over.
That guy was in the lot still looking for my ass, and then he's like, hold on, I got something.
And he's going.
Whips around on that cart, which those guys can peel around on those carts. They were fast and furious with that shit. At one point, I'm like, is that goddamn Vin Diesel? Like, he just fucking split in between 2 cars. Like, that's fucking amazing. But, so, I wouldn't be surprised, though, if that's actually who did pull over. But no, free Liv Morgan, even though she's already out on bond. I just think that sounds funny to say, free Liv Morgan. But I feel her, though. I almost had to do the race. So I almost was TK flying out of Florida over just having a couple blunts, let alone 20 G's. I'm surprised they didn't slap a Rico on her. But Liv, though, I hope you can bounce back from it and hope to see you back in the ring soon. I saw the memes, though, were really funny. Like, you know how Randy just did that thing when he came back and he gets near the crowd and he goes, what's that smell? Well, somebody took that clip when Randy Orton walked up to Jelly Roll. Mm-hmm. So Randy Orton walks up to Jelly Roll and he goes, like, what's that smell? Well, somebody memed and was like, Liv would have asked for a hit. I thought that was good. And I saw that she posted on Twitter. She's like, I see some of my fans are outraged. And if you're outraged, I don't know what to tell you. She goes, it should be legal. And it's like, it really should. Florida. I mean, Florida, you crack down on weed and nothing else.
Yeah.
We have live gators in the middle of the fucking road. Worry about that before you worry about me with a fucking dab pen. Seriously. Like, why do I have to move the gator to get to point A and point B? Like, I mean, it really is. What the hell's going on here? There's a reason why GTA 6 is being based once again on Vice City. Because they're like, we tried to do another state. Way too much shit happens there. Can't do it. But you can timestamp that and we can move on. I just had to mention Liv Morgan and her doing the race. The other thing in wrestling, though, that I wanted to mention. 10 Toes Tony. I know I said I was 10 Toes Tucker, but how about 10 Toes Tony? So for those that don't know, we watched it in pre-pod. So Ring of Honor Final Battle was last night, which is one of the main Ring of Honor shows of the whole year. And I didn't watch it. I'll definitely end up checking out some highlights, though, but it looked like a great show. Tony's notorious for putting on great shows, as he said in the media scrum. Looked like Briscoe versus Moxley was great. I am excited to check out that match big time. Well, in the aftermath of Ring of Honor Final Battle, he did the post-media scrum. And I'm sure, as the reports said, he was a little late to the media scrum. He was probably a little late to the media scrum because he knew what most of the questions were going to be based around. That AEW is under massive attack right now. Massive criticism. They can't catch a break. And I'll paraphrase what he said a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you saw it as well. Mm-hmm. But Tony pretty much said, when they said, the first question was, as far as, the AEW backlash and all the criticism goes, you guys are always under fire. You guys are constantly under media scrutiny. You're constantly, having negative energy surrounding the company. And it seems like it's getting worse and worse. What are your thoughts on it? And I think Tony couldn't have answered it any better. He simply said, hey, we try our best. We go out there. We put on great shows. Somebody says something negative. We put on All In and Wembley. We break the record for the most tickets sold at the gate. Still not good enough, negative. People will always go to AEW. Oh, well, this is what they did right. Fuck that. No, we want to point out everything that they did wrong. Which obviously last week, I don't want to sound like I'm going back and forth too much. they do need to turn some things around. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yes, as I said last week, they need to turn some things around. We need some storylines. We need all that. But at the end of the day, I don't think you leave an AEW show and go, damn, that sucked.
No, I don't think so.
Like, I don't think anybody could do that. I think it's a good product overall. It just needs some help. It's got really good competition right now with what WWE's doing. And, if this was 10 years ago, based on how WWE was then, AEW would look like WWE does right now. Like, they had fucking nobody able to get over besides the legends. So it's like, I agree with him. You can only go out there and put on great shows because if you get him in his head too much, well, nobody's going to win then.
Well, yeah.
Because if he's just thinking like, and he doesn't want to go into every show thinking, oh yeah, they're going to hate on this one.
Well, I mean, yeah.
He's like, who's going to win that?
Yeah.
But then one of the next questions that followed up was, so you're on this ongoing battle, again, paraphrasing, with WWE. Obviously, you choose to continue fighting. You continue to push. Pretty much, why is that? What, like, is it something that you think you're going to just give up? You're going to throw in the towel? Or do you want to keep trying to build competition and really give them a run for their money? He sounded like he was going to give a media-trained answer and beat around the bush. And then he even made this face where he was in the middle of talking and he just goes, you know what? Fuck it. I think that was kind of the vibe I got from it. And he just simply says, if you think I'm trying to fight, I am. Mm-hmm. And, I'm going to continue to fight. I love fighting. I think it makes each of us better, which is true. I said that last week, does make each true. And I really like the part where he said that he's doing it in the name and in the spirit and the energy of Jim Crockett, Vern Gagne, and Ted Turner, which Ted Turner was a little fishy. Jim Crockett and Vern Gagne, though, literally stressed themselves to death trying to beat WWE. And Vince just kept more money, and killed them.
Yeah, money.
Took all of their wrestlers from them and fucking killed them.
Money will do that.
Which Ted Turner, like I said, Ted Turner's a little bit of an exception because he tried to do it to Vince. And it worked for a little bit. And then Vince turned the table on him. So that one, I guess, it's kind of like, well, you tried to do it and then it came for you. Mm-hmm. The other two were literally just trying to be successful wrestling promoters and started losing wrestlers one by one because Vince McMahon had his dad's money. Sorry. That's essentially what happened. He took all of his dad's money in the company name and said, I'm going to throw it at Hulk Hogan and all these other people and leave you with nothing. So then you can't put asses in seats, which then ultimately when the doors close, I get all the rest of your guys too. Which that's low-key kind of fucked up. But, but I mean, you're literally stealing jobs from people and dreams from people. But overall, though, 10 Toes Tony, I got nothing but respect for Tony Khan. Stand on your 10, man. Continue fighting. You're putting on great shows. I'm going to continue to critique you and all the other wrestling companies because I'm a wrestling fanatic. I am a mark, as they like to say. I am a wrestling mark, unfortunately. I think I can come to terms with that. The first time I've actually called myself one of those. It's not a stan in wrestling world. It's a mark. The other thing I did want to mention with that being said, though, Kenny Omega, unfortunately, is just the next one on the list of 1,000 names for AEW that is unfortunately out right now. So we know he's not going to end up being the devil. Kenny Omega needed to get his back attended to, not for the first time, but now a second time. And now this time, before he had a 9 to 1 year timetable. This time, they asked for a timetable, and in the Instagram comment, he said, when I say indefinite, I mean indefinite. I mean, and don't count no chickens, I might not even be back. Who knows when I'll be back? I might pop out in a year, maybe 2. And I think Kenny Omega's at that age where if you want Omega to be at the highest level, whatever time he needs off, you give it to him.
Yeah.
However, though, just before we leave off on it, I do think there's a part of Tony that as soon as Kenny said, I don't know when I'm coming back, boss, he probably went. MJF, that's probably when he said, MJF, there's the check. Write your number. What the fuck is it? Like, what keeps you from going to WWE? Put any number on it. I'll have to accommodate. Like, we can't have you leaving and Sting retiring and Omega's hurt. Oh, God. Danielson's going to have to rip out his eye sockets just to continue fighting for that company. But you can timestamp that as we move forward. So with that being said, I think that leaves us on our last, dive right into sports, and then we'll close out. So, a lot of shit happened in the sports world this week, which oddly enough, as I mentioned to you beforehand, a lot of it doesn't even seem to necessarily revolve around sports, like the actual what's happening with the outcomes of the games. But the first thing that did happen was that does involve outcomes of games. Never thought I would be saying this. Never thought I would see this. But I guess the Patriots think it's time for a change, and it calls for it. You're one of the worst teams in the NFL. Statistically, they might be the worst team in the NFL now that I think about it. But the New England Patriots have decided that after this season, they will be parting ways with Bill Belichick. Now, I know even you're very familiar with that name. We've both grown up with that name dominating our TV screens on Super Bowl night.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Question for everybody. I love asking questions. Asking myself. So Bill Belichick, since he came to your organization, has won you 5 rings. I'm not counting Tom Brady's contribution because everybody contributed at the end of the day. But Bill Belichick's got 5 Super Bowl rings. Yeah, it's been a little bit rocky. Your rookie that you drafted last year, he ain't really all it in a bag of chips, to say the least. Macadelic Jones is who I'm speaking about. He's no good. We don't have a running game. Our offense is abysmal. Our defense, it's wishy-washy, but we can still hold teams to about under 15 points. Okay, I had a rough year last year. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get him next year. Okay, this year, we have injuries. My quarterback sucks even more than he did last year. Fuck. We suck. Damn it. That coach, though, that's done all of those things for you, he's been that loyal to you. You're going to let him go? How do you feel on that?
No, I don't agree with that. No. I don't agree with that. I also like the way they like do that. I don't know. It's all like weird to me. But again, it's all a business at the end of the day. It's all about money. What's going to make money? What's going to get ring? What's going to get wins to make me money? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. They don't give a fuck about you, your feelings, and what you've done for them. They don't. I mean, and that's just on being, a fucking rich person who owns a company, business, team, whatever the case is, they're all the fucking same. And I don't care who you are.
And they showed when it supposedly happened on the sideline when he got the news, they just got the backup QB threw a pick six. And it looked like a bad play call. He tried to throw over. It didn't make it over at all. Went straight to the defender, and it went straight to the house. Well, the GM, though, it showed on the sideline, was talking to him right before they went into half. This is why they think it happened. Bill takes the headset off, right? Sets it down, starts to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Showing what kind of character Bill is. Kind of gives like a look at the team, turns around, picks the headset back up. Like, I ain't going to leave you guys out here like that. Fuck that. I'll sit here and get my ass beat right with you, knowing full well that I just got told I'm most likely losing my job. I'm going to hang out here with you guys. Fuck it. I ain't leaving. Like, it was like he really looked at the team, and that's how loyal he is. He said, I could storm out of here and rip my shirt off like I'm AB. But out of respect and love that I have for this organization and team, I ain't going to do that to them. I ain't going to do it to the fans up there. So we're going to get blown out. Give me that headset. And let's get blown out again. Like, damn it.
Get your backs blown out.
He's probably calling Tom Brady. Are you in New England by chance? Anywhere nearby? Like,
can you get here in 5 minutes?
I miss you, Tom. But no, I felt so sad for Belichick. However, though, I think with the Chargers firing Staley, remember I said this, the Book of Tucker. I got a couple predictions under my own belt. I would not be surprised. In fact, I'd be willing to even bet some money on it that Bill Belichick will end up being a coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. And why I wanted to make that point is, so you got no talent in New England, right?
Okay. I literally have no idea. So you're just
no talent in New England, not really. Defense, okay. Offense, like I said, abysmal, probably the worst in the league. They literally can't even get over 10 points a game. They fucking suck. So that's not working for Bill. We let him go. Even though it's really just, you don't got shit. You're trying to make him make lemons out of lemonade when you gave him oranges. Like, it's impossible. He can't do anything with that. The Chargers, have all the talent in the world. Keenan Allen, Herbert, Austin Eckler, Joshua Kelly. Somewhat solid defense. Enough that Bill Belichick could work with it. Brandon Staley, he can't even get a winning record with him. They let him go. I think as soon as Brandon Staley went, well, actually, as soon as Bill Belichick went, I think it's no coincidence that 2 days after Staley went. Because Chargers went, hold on. You ain't it. Let's pave a way. Let's call Bill, get him figured out, get him in on this offseason, and see if he can turn around these guys. Because who's ever calling these plays ain't doing this shit right. And we need the veteran. However, he's 71 years old, so some people think he might just retire. But with that being said, we can timestamp that one and move on. But I am interested to see, though, if Bill does go to LA or where he lands. But now this one I feel you can elaborate on a little bit more because it doesn't involve necessarily the sport. It does, but it doesn't. In fact, it might involve another sport. But Draymond Green, back in the news again. And what do you think for? Violence on the court. Unnecessary violence on the court. So what I wanted to mention on this one, for those that don't know, including you, he has a known history of this, where he gets really rough out there on the court. He's constantly grabbing jerseys, yanking people down. He just put Rudy Gobert in a chokehold, I think maybe a month and a half ago. I mean, literally, chokehold. In the middle of the game, on the hardwood, chokehold. Now, though, it's funny, but it's almost not funny because it's like, do you just not want to play? So, for those that don't know, they were playing, I believe it was the Suns, and Joseph Nurkic was guarding Draymond Green. Draymond was guarding Nurkic. They were on each other. Pause. Well, Joseph Nurkic is standing behind Draymond Green. Just standing behind him. He doesn't have a hand on him. He's not trying to grab him. He's not doing anything like that. He's just standing right there behind him. Draymond Green turns around, elbow, boom. First it's elbow, then bam. Punches him. Then, as the ref's like, because the ref's standing right there. Ref's like, ref looked like, honestly, he'd never seen anything like that before. Like, I wouldn't even know what to call. Like, it's not a flagrant. He didn't touch it. Nobody's going to the hoop. It's not a tech. It's not a tech because a tech would be like if I shoved you. I just watched this man get elbowed and punched in the jaw. And like even Nurkic, I felt bad for Nurkic. Nurkic hit the ground, even was like, fuck I do. Like, they just popped my mouth wide open. Like, what the hell did you do that for, man? And I think this says a lot, though. And I don't know what it says, but it says a lot. Draymond looks right at that ref, and all he does is go, I know. And starts walking to the tunnel. So it's like, I'll be honest, my first impression of that was, you just want to leave the game? Like, do you not want to be out there anymore? That would be like if I was Steve Kerr, the coach, that's what I would ask him. I'd be like, do you just not want to be out there, man? I mean, literally, you just turned around and swung on that guy unprovoked. And you know what the league's going to do. And now he's done it so much, I actually agree with what the league did. You're suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
You have to go take these courses if you want to come back in.
Yeah, I don't think that he should be allowed back in. I think you burnt your fucking bridge.
Oh, you should have saw Curry's face. Curry's like...
And guess what? I don't know, it's probably not like a breach in contract or anything, but like, fuck you. Fuck you and your disrespect to the game and the league for fucking just being a menace. Fuck your money. You're not in the NBA anymore and you're no longer able to play in the NBA. Go be a fucking regular then. I mean, and that's how I'd be if I, you know what I mean?
And now not even the team's giving the benefit of the doubt, because when they asked Curry about it post-game, because they lost by 4, and Curry ended up, when they were like, oh, you know, Draymond's suspension, he goes, all right, no comment. He goes, are we done here? He's like, Draymond's his own man. Are we done here? And like that was kind of like his way of like, you could tell in Curry's face, he's like, I'm sick of the guy. Like, I'm sick of sitting up here answering why he swung on somebody or elbowed somebody. But at this point, man, go do celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, go fight Jake Paul. Go fight Jake Paul or somebody. You know, like, go do the celebrity boxing thing. Because, like, I think the thing, like I said, that said all that I needed to see was the part where he did that and then immediately looked at the ref and said, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you knew
Yeah, you like consciously knew what you were doing.
Yeah, you knew damn well. Oh, he's right behind me. I'm gonna
Like you
sucker
purposely
him.
did it. Like just
He
to,
don't
like,
see it
do
coming.
it.
And I gotta say real quick before we get off of that, but shout out Nurkic.
Yeah, for taking one, man.
Insane. Oh, you turn around and sock me in the face. We're turning this bitch into Malice in the Palace. Fuck that. I'm getting right up. Oh, I know. Fuck you. Don't turn your back to me. I'm coming up. Ow. I'll turn into Ron Artest. Ain't no Meta World Peace in this bitch. But fuck that. I'm going full Ronnie on him. But no, Draymond. What did Adam Levine say? If I never see your face again, well, I don't mind. That's kind of how I feel about Draymond right now. Because it's like, dude, get out of the game. You fucked up my parlay. No. That's my real beef. Actually, I think we know who Draymond can box, though. And you can timestamp that. But I think he can box Ja Morant. So Ja Morant doesn't have to swing on any more teams. Well, it was allegedly. But then I watched this attorney. She earned her raise. So for those that don't know, Ja Morant was in court this week. And he was on trial for, oddly enough, nothing to do with pulling the gun out to Youngboy songs. But when he was out clubbing and somebody was giving him a hard time outside the club and he, pow, hit him right on the chin, which now we know that did happen. And, you know, it turns out under 18, well, now we're going to court. You got the white kids, rich parents. He wants to obviously, you know, they're funding this whole thing, getting the best attorneys, the best thing you can get next to Johnny Cochran. And you get this attorney who, like I said, she earned her pay. So for those that don't know, she pulled a Derek from Step Brothers. She's in the court and she came up with a very unique idea. She said, I want you to punch me just like you did that teen. Demonstrate just how you punch me, how you hit that teen. Punch me just how you hit that teen. Which threw him off, which it would throw off any guy when a woman's telling you face to face in the middle of the courtroom, hey, punch me in the face. Punch me in the fucking face. But I had to bring that out at least a little bit. And Ja, on accident, which I'm sure...
On accident, no.
On accident. She baited the shit out of that. After pretty much doing the punch me in the face, show me how to, like, how'd you punch him? He was trying to say, like, oh, I didn't. Like, I don't know how I punched him because I didn't punch him. Well, she tricked him by doing that because he goes, and as soon as he does that, she goes, so you did punch him. And he goes, well, it's like, you caught. She just asked you how'd you punch him, and you did just the right where he had his injury. So you did John. Punch him just like that. And the look on his face when she flips it on him, again, made an incredible rookie move. Goes. And the attorney's like, literally like, what are you looking at me for? Like
I don't know.
Like I'm trying to come up with what I'm gonna rebuttal, dude. Don't look at me. Like, yeah, I know we just got fucked. Like, give me a minute to try to counter this. Like,
I plead the fifth.
Like, as soon as Ja sat down, he probably went.
I mean, that's a damn good lawyer right there. I can tell you that.
Oh, God.
That's a damn good lawyer. She's probably like, how am I going to get this motherfucker to say it?
Yeah, like, he just won't own it. And then she's like, I got to trick him into doing it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how you do it.
That's crazy.
However, though, I did think of one thing, though, that would have also been really hilarious. What if he just clocked her? Nobody thought of that. Like, what if she was just like, hey, punch me in the face, the face.
That would have had to been so ballsy in a courtroom.
And Ja's just like, yeah, she said, bow, and just bam, knocks her right back into the seat. Just bow, bam, briefcase everywhere, files, paper. Just knocks her right into the face.
That would just be it.
I imagine her fall would be similar to like Derek's when he fell out and slipped out of the ladder.
Out of the tree.
Ja just stands over. Hey, I'm trying to think of, hey, attorney or whatever. I don't know what her name is. I didn't look that far into it. Hey, you want to tell me how you fix that jaw pain? If you lick my butthole. He just looks over at his attorney. Snap. Get it like that. Then he's like, all right, somebody cue up that young boy. It's been a while since I pulled out the stick. We're celebrating on IG Live. Hammer's going crazy.
Desk
but
pop.
not job pulling the desk pop in the courtroom after socking her. But no, that before we close out, I had to end on a funny note. Again, I say a simulation.
It really
It's a
is.
simulation. We got an attorney yelling, punch me in the face. But on that note, we're going to close out, pull up a chair, episode 67. Get ready to go partay. Looking really excited for that, especially after this week. We do have the Pickleball Nationals on today. If you guys are interested in a little bit of pickleball, which I know you guys are, my Fenley Pickleball Paddle Publishers. So I hope you guys let me know how the Pickleball Nationals goes. With that being said, there is no Sleepless Radio episode tonight, nor is there a Sleepless Radio episode on tomorrow. Sleepless Radio will be resuming next Saturday night, where we'll be bringing out the 2-0 Rock Winners Bracket, kicking it off, a birthday battle, celebrating my birthday. Just a little bit belated because it is going to be on Thursday. I turned
It's not belated. It's early. Belated is
next
late.
Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday.
Yes.
Oopsie.
So a belated celebration. But if you want to wish me early happy birthday, I'm also down for the early happy birthday wishes as well. It is Thursday when I turn 28th Prestige after going 27 laps. So I'm looking really forward to it. Got a couple surprises in store as well. Got a gift already early for my beautiful wife. Thank you so much. I love it so much as well. And tomorrow, we're not done though, because something that I look so forward to doing every year, and I can't even believe I'm saying it, it is the 4th annual Sleepless Awards, and I will be going live with the great co-host, my shake and bake brethren, Big Koozie, Little Koozie Vert, will be joining me, in which we will give you our Album of the Year nominations and winners with honorable mentions. Same goes for Song of the Year. Same goes for Male and Female Artist of the Year. Same goes for Sleeper of the Year. Same goes for Best Collab Project, Best Featured Artist, and Best Feature. I believe there's one other category in there as well, most likely forgetting. But that will be tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Instagram Live, YouTube Live will be posted on YouTube and will be posted on Reddit afterwards. And the IG Live will also be posted on my Instagram, which you can follow at Tuklanku as well as X. And on TikTok, you can follow me at Mr. Young Dumbledorsky, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore. Please don't put in Dorsky. You will not find me. With that being said, merch available for a limited time. Also limited time holiday price drops. You got about, another week left? Go get those. So go get those. Quick turnaround shipping. Super cozy. No middle of the mall shit. Dress like your demons this holiday season. We got short sleeves, Christopher Reeves, long sleeves. Anything you need. And with that being said, pull up the chair, episode 67. Thank you guys for being tuned in. Subscribe now. Follow now. At 1,000 members on Reddit, on the Reddit page, we'll be doing cash giveaways, and we'll be doing cash giveaways at 150 subs on YouTube as well. So with that being said, it's time to go party. Everybody enjoy your sleepless Saturday nights, and if you're watching this after, we hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful weekend/week, and we will see you great people next weekend. Keep the love high and the hate low, and wake up with a smile on.